Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sarah Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sarah.
Welcome to Spiritual Psychic. I'm Sarah Wiseman. Today we're going to talk about our first lesson in the book, Messages from the Divine. And I wanted to use these podcasts as a way of looking at all of the incredible information in this book and sort of translate it into a more colloquial, slangy way. So we're going to start with lesson 1, Welcome to This Lifetime. And it starts out, the day of your birth, the portal opened, one final push, and you were here. And this sense of awe as you are welcomed. Hush, the new babe is here. Hush, the new soul has arrived. And you know, when we talk about, a lot of people talk about maybe say rebirthing, or they have this memory of their birth. I don't know. I don't have that memory. I don't have the memory of when I was born. However, if you go into meditation, so you're not trying to work from memory, but you're working in meditative space, you can often go into that place where you were a very young toddler, and then you can go back to that space where you were a very young infant. You can kind of see things from those perspectives. And some of you can even go back to before you were born, into the womb when you were inside your mother. And some of you can go back to the time when you were a soul in, sometimes we call it Akashic records, or so many words for it, but just that place, the life between lives. Or actually, I don't think I'd even call it the life between lives, as Michael Newton does in his book. I'd actually call it the consciousness before our human lifetime, or the consciousness between lifetimes. And it was here in this place, and for those of you familiar with Akashic Records work, which is a lot of what I work with people in the group training, you know, we can go to these Akashic records. This building often looks like a Greek or columned building, or sometimes it looks different. And there we can view all of our past lives and all of our future lives. And we can begin to look at ourselves as souls with the help of our guides and those who are mentoring us from the other dimensions. And we can look at the destiny, the thread of destiny, or the thread of the soul's agreements, what the soul desires to learn in each and every lifetime. In each and every lifetime. So, for example, you might have a lot of past lives that you can view when you do this meditative technique that I teach, and you can look at all these lifetimes, and maybe one you were, you know, I'll just use some of mine, a French-Canadian trapper, or an ancient Chinese healer, or a young girl fleeing soldiers in the Black Forest. These are some of the ones that I know quite well. A scribe in Egypt watching the construction of the pyramids. You can just look at all this and you can see the commonalities of what you chose to experience in each lifetime. And for me, I often find myself in monk situations, isolated, in retreat, in hermitage. I often find myself writing or working in the metaphysical arts. And so you yourself know in your own past lives, or simply your own things that you have as your gifts now. Maybe you're a great artist, or maybe you're a great musician, or maybe you are so good at working with people, or maybe your hands can heal, or maybe you're good at talking to people, or maybe you're great with animals. And all these are pieces and parts that your soul has chosen to experience. And the thing is, in Messages from the Divine, it talks about you enter the world, and you no longer, in the process of your birth, can remember. You can't remember where you came from. That's part of the human agreement. We enter, we can't remember clearly. We can remember in meditation, but in our day-to-day, we can't remember the lives before. And same as when we, when we pass on, we don't get to know our next lifetime when we're in this lifetime. Yes, we can glimpse it, but we don't have that full-on recognition. And so the point is to remember not what lifetime we were in, past life, present life, future life. That's not the point. The point is to remember what we are at our essence, which is an infinite soul. An infinite soul. You'll start remembering again. It's all part of the process of soul growth. So we're going to be working on these teachings from Messages from the Divine. You can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble on my website. And we're going to be working on these messages. Such great information here. I'm Sarah Wiseman, and you'll find me at sarahwiseman.com.